Hello students, welcome to geography class. We are doing your chapter number 4, human development. We have discussed up to 4 pillars of human development. Today we will discuss about human development index. First of all, it is important to know that what is HDI means human development index. Let's start. It is a tool used to measure a country's overall achievements in its social and economic dimensions. Means how we can measure the achievements of any nation, achievements of any country. So this is the method, HDI is the method to measure those achievements. Definition. The Human Development Index is a composite statistic of life expectancy. We have already discussed this word many times. What is a life expectancy? Education and per capita income indicators, which is used to rank countries into four tiers of human development. Human Development Index is a measure of economic development and economic welfare. Now let's discuss what we consider for HDI. Here dimensions are given: long and healthy life, knowledge, a decent standard of living, and indicators are life expectancy at birth, mean years of schooling, and expected years of schooling. This is GNI, per capita income, gross national income, and these are dimension index. This is life expectancy index, education index, and GNI index. All these things are considered to measure human development index. Human Development Index examines three important criteria of economic development. The first one is life expectancy, then education, and the third one is income level. Create an all-over score between 0 and 1. The human development, which is measured of all countries, that is scored between 0 and 1. 1 indicates the high level of economic development. This score to which country 1 is given, that means that is highly economically developed country. And if any country receives a 0 score, that means there is a very low level of economic development. Now let's discuss measuring human development. Human Development Index ranks the countries based on their performance in the key areas of health, education, and access to resources. Because in my last video, we have discussed that health, education, and access to resources are the key areas on the basis we check the performance of any country to measure human development index. Let's discuss about health. The indicator chosen to assess health is the life expectancy at birth. Because you know that as the countries are progressing due to increasing of medical facilities, the number of childs are being saved because of these good medical facilities at birth time, especially. So that is known as life expectancy at birth. A higher life expectancy means that the people have greater chance of living longer and healthier lives. Education, the adult literacy rate, and the gross enrollment ratio represents access to knowledge. Means what is the literacy rate of adults and their enrollment ratio. The number of adults who are able to read and write and the number of children enrolled in schools show how easy or difficult it is to access knowledge in particular country. Means how many students or how many children are going to school which are registered in schools. Enrollment numbers have been provided to which student. Those number of students. On the basis of that numbering, we can discuss about, we can consider education at a higher level. Access to resources. It is a measure in terms of purchasing powers, which is in US dollars. Now, this is the most important question in this chapter. These are the approaches to human development. First one is income approach. This is one of the oldest approach to measure human development. Human development is seen as being linked to income. Before Mr. Mehboob Haq given the method to measure the human development index, at that time income was considered as the important approach to measure human development index. The idea is that the level of income reflect the level of freedom of individual enjoys, because income decides the level of status and it decides the freedom of the people which they are enjoying. Higher level of income, higher level of human development. Next approach is welfare approach. The approach argues for higher government expenditure on education, health, social secondary and amenities. People are not participants in development. They are only passive recipients. Only government is responsible for increasing the level of human development by maximizing the expenditures on welfare, by increasing the expenditures on the education, health, social secondary or amenities of the people. Next is basic need approach. This approach was initially proposed by the International Labour Organization (ILO). Six basic needs: health, education, food, water supply, sanitation and housing were identified because these are known as basic needs. The question of human choice is ignored because at that time human choice was not considered as one of the important aspects, and the emphasis is on the provision of basic needs of defined sections. Next is capability approach. This approach is associated with Professor Amrita Sen, building human capabilities in the areas of health, education, and access to resources is the key to increasing human development. Because if a person is healthy, he is educated, and all the resources have been provided to him, that means he or she will do his or her best to increase human development. Now let's discuss about international comparisons. Often smaller countries have done better than larger ones in human development. Similarly, relatively poorer nations have ranked higher than richer neighbors in terms of human development. For example, Sri Lanka, Trinidad, Tobago have a higher rank than India in Human Development Index, despite of having smaller economies. The reason is this, what I have told you now. Similarly, within India, Kerala performs much better than Punjab and Gujarat in human development despite having lower per capita income. How ranking is given? A ranking base. Globally, countries are divided in the following four classes according to their scores in Human Development Index. I have provided the data according to 2019. In this table, if you see that this is the level of human development. This is very high, high, medium, and low. And scores in HDI, very high, it is 0.8. Then in high, from 0.7 to 0.799. And medium, between 0.556 to 0.699. And low human development, it is below 0.556. There are 59 countries which are showing very high level of human development. Approximately 51 countries are showing high level of human development, then 40 in medium and 39 in low level of human development. These are the top 10 countries according to HDI ranking. On the first number is this is Norway 0.953, then Switzerland, Australia, Ireland, Germany, Iceland, Hong Kong, and China, Sweden, Singapore, Netherlands. The countries with high index values. The countries with high human development index are those which have a score of 0 over 0.8. According to Human Development Report of 2019, this group includes 59 countries. Providing education and healthcare is an important government priority. That is why they are having high index values. Countries with higher human development are those where a lot of investment in social sector has taken place. Altogether, a higher investment in people and good governance has set this group of countries apart from others. And The countries with medium index values. The countries with medium level of human development form the largest group. There are total 91 countries in this group. Most of these countries which have emerged in this period after a Second World War. Many in this group have faced political instability. Politically, they are not stable. Means there are some kind of problems, political problems, and social uprisings at the same point of time in their recent history. Now, the countries with low index values are there are total 39 countries, and these countries record low level of human development. Large proportion of these are small countries which have been going through political turmoil and social instability in the form of civil wars, famine, or high incidence of diseases. The international comparisons of human development can show some very interesting results. Often, people tend to blame low level of human development on the culture of the people. To understand why a particular region keeps reporting low or high level of human development, it is important to look at the pattern of government expenditure on a social sector, the political environment of the country, and the amount of freedom which the people have is also important. It means if a country want to raise his HDI, then the government has to pay attention towards the expenditure on the social sector and especially on the political environment of the country and what kind of a freedom they are providing to the people. So, thank you so much. I hope you like this video, and if you like this video then press the like button and subscribe my channel.